Impressing people is utterly different from being truly impressive. Those who have subdued their ego understand that it doesn't degrade you when others treat you poorly. It degrades them. Most successful people are people you've never heard of. They want it that way. It keeps them sober. It helps them do their jobs. Almost universally, the kind of performance we give on social media is positive. It's more, let me tell you how well things are going. Look how great I am. It's rarely the truth. I'm scared. I'm struggling. I don't know. The pretense of knowledge is our most dangerous vice, because it prevents us from getting any better. I was trapped so terribly inside my own head that I was a prisoner to my own thoughts. Silence. The ability to deliberately keep yourself out of the conversation and subsist without its validation. Silence is the respite of the confident and the strong. There's no one to perform for. There is just work to be done and lessons to be learned in all that is around us. The first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. What matters to an active man is to do the right thing. Whether the right thing comes to pass should not bother him. It can ruin your life only if it ruins your character. You're not as good as you think. You don't have it all figured out. Stay focused. Do better. It's a temptation that exists for everyone for talk and hype to replace action. As our island of knowledge grows, so does the shore of our ignorance. The future bears down upon each one of us with all the hazards of the unknown. The only way out is through. With accomplishment comes a growing pressure to pretend that we know more than we do, to pretend we already know everything. Greatness comes from humble beginnings. It comes from grunt work. It means you're the least important person in the room until you change that with results. Do I need this? Or is it really about ego? If you start believing in your greatness, it is the death of your creativity. And why should we feel anger at the world? As if the world would notice. See much, study much, suffer much. That is the path to wisdom. If you're not still learning, you're already dying. We will learn that though we think big, we must act and live small in order to accomplish what we seek. We can't let externals determine whether something was worth it or not. It's on us. The more difficult the task, the more uncertain the outcome, the more costly talk will be, and the farther we run from actual accountability. They work quietly in the corner. They turn their inner turmoil into product and eventually to stillness. To be somebody or to do something. In life there is often a roll call. How do you prevent derailment? Well, often we fall in love with an image of what success looks like. Vain men never hear anything but praise. To know what you like is the beginning of wisdom and of old age. Arrogance and self-absorption inhibit growth. So does fantasy and vision. that on which you so pride yourself will be your ruin. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Where we decide to put our energy decides what we'll ultimately accomplish. We never earn the right to be greedy or to pursue our interests at the expense of everyone else. To think otherwise is not only egotistical, it's counterproductive. Not to aspire or seek out of ego. To have success without ego. To push through failure with strength, not ego. Man is pushed by drives, but he is pulled by values. We don't need pity, our own, or anyone else. We need purpose, poise, and patience. Attempting to destroy something out of hate or ego often ensures that it will be preserved and disseminated forever. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts, so he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. Pride blunts the very instrument we need to own in order to succeed: our mind. Our ability to learn, to adapt, to be flexible, to build relationships. All of this is dulled by pride. Research shows that while goal visualization is important, after a certain point our mind begins to confuse it with actual progress. The same goes for verbalization. If ego is the voice that tells us we are better than we really are, we can say ego inhibits true success by preventing a direct and honest connection to the world around us. Ambition, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, means tying your well-being to what other people say or do. Sanity means tying it to your own actions. If you can't swallow your pride, you can't lead. One of the symptoms of approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. We talk to fill the void and the uncertainty. Whether what you are going through is your fault or your problem doesn't matter, because it's yours to deal with right now. The only relationship between work and chatter is that one kills the other. Doing great work is a struggle. It's draining, it's demoralizing, it's frightening not always, but it can feel that way when we're deep in the middle of it. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, your worst enemy already lives inside you, your ego. Clear the path for the people above you, and you will eventually create a path for yourself.